Hey, what's going on, guys? Jason Lohr here with Jason Lohr Photography and Films, and today we're going to be talking about some wedding photography tips that I like to share with you guys. I've done wedding photographies before, and I gotta say, it's definitely a beast. Now, there's lots going on during a wedding, and you definitely need to be prepared for it. So, there's lots of tips out there on wedding photography, but these are some of the main ones that I always keep in mind whenever I'm preparing for a wedding or getting into the wedding itself at the moment. So let's get into it. All right, scheduling is very important because you want to know what's happening from the beginning, middle, and end of the wedding. So get in contact with whoever's in charge of putting the wedding together. So that could be either the bride or the groom or a wedding planner that they hired. And usually it's right around like 2 weeks before the actual wedding date that they should have a wedding schedule if they're on top of their game. So when you have the schedule, you'll know when things are going to be happening, like say when the bride and groom are getting ready for the wedding, or the first look, or things that are happening during the ceremony, the receptions, and the cake cutting. I mean, it's going to be a huge schedule, or it could be a little one, but either way, it's good to know what's going to be happening in the event, so that way you can be at the right place and at the right time to capture those precious moments. Next is going to be the shot list. So it's good to have a shot list because now it's kind of like your shopping list. What is it that you need to get as far as like the guests, the bride, the groom, the decorations, and the food? It's going to be a lot of shots that you're going to be getting throughout the whole entire day. So it's great to have a shot list to check off when you make those shots. So that way it lets you know that you are on top of everything. Talk with the bride and the groom as far as like what kind of shots they would like if it's outside of your shot list, because they really appreciate that you are giving them a chance to put in some ideas as well. Next is going to be the venue. So find out as much as possible about the venue, whether it be a church, a park, or a house. I mean, it's good to know where the guests are going to be sitting, or where the bride and groom are going to be standing, and also where the decorations are going to be, because that way it gives you a chance to start getting some ideas of where to get some good angles for the pictures of the bride, the groom, the guests, and everything else around you. Now, if you aren't able to get all that information beforehand, then get to the venue as early as you can and scope out everything that you can. So next is going to be the equipment check. So I always tell people, make a list of the equipments that you're going to need for the wedding, because when you're going into the wedding and you're looking for certain types of shots, then you're going to have to bring certain types of cameras or lens that can achieve all that. Now, the great thing about the list too is it's all about accountability. So accountability for making sure you have all the equipments with you to bring, and then also accountability for when the wedding's over and you're packing all your equipment and making sure everything's there. Because if you have thousands of dollars worth of equipment, you definitely don't want anything going missing, because anything and everything could be happening all at once during a wedding. So to have that list with you is to make sure that you have everything with you when you leave. So last but not least is going to be the contract. Now, why is the contract not the first thing on this tip list? Is because you have to gather all the information that you can first about the wedding. So like I said, the scheduling is going to help you determine how long the wedding is going to be and how long you're going to be there to take photos. Now, the shot list is going to be a list of all the shots that you and the clients have agreed to be taken during the entire weddings. Now, if they were to say that, oh, there's a shot that you didn't get, but then if it's not in the contract, then that means you're protected because it wasn't agreed upon. Because a lot of clients out there will start adding more work to what you were asked for in the contract, and you don't want to be taking advantage of that. So that protects you there. As far as the venue goes, it's good to know the venue, not just to where you can set up your equipments and your shots, but it also lets you know how far of a travel you're going to be going from your house or your office to the actual venue. So that's important to know. All right, guys, so that's all the tips I have for today. If you guys have any more questions on any of the tips that I've discussed, or if you guys want to offer your own wedding photography tips as well, definitely leave them in the comments below. But otherwise, yeah, it's definitely a whole different jungle, but you know what, once you get the hang of it, it's actually not that bad. But just know that there will be a lot of work into it regardless, so it's always good to be prepared. If you guys want to check out more of my work, you can find them on my social media network, and if you guys haven't done so either, definitely click on that subscribe button. That way you guys can get more notifications on any events or projects that I'll be involved in. But until then guys, this is Jason Lord with Jason Lord Photography and Films, bringing you art, stories, and entertainment.